Welcome, beautiful yogis. Let's relax together. We'll start in the open book pose, as we do so often. Coming onto your back, you could bring your feet to cobblers. You could use a little pillow under your head. It's really lovely to see that you're here and that we can do this together. As you settle into your opening position, opening of our practice and opening of our body in quite a big way in this pose. So I like to get my elbows supported on the blankie that also supports the thighs, and the whole spine is aligned with the middle of the bolster. And as you close your eyes now, take a little moment to check in how you're feeling and what is here. As you feel in, let your breath come into awareness. We'll begin with a nice big opening breath together through your nose. Breathe in. Oh, the biggest breath you've taken today, probably. Fill up, little pause. And then would you blow the breath away? And as we did, the nose breathes in. All the way to the top. And blow it away. One more time, nose in. And blow it away. Letting now your breath find its way to a more normal pattern. Feeling into your body again as your breath breathes you. Notice the places that are now really opening in this shape. It might be the inseam of your legs. Anything that feels too much, invite you to back off a little bit. No, it's fine. Know that this is your practice and you want to do it just right for you. Just as the breathing that's happening now is just right for you, this coming and going of the breath. No big instructions on how to do that. Feeling in, feeling in. This transition that we're in, we've moved from October into November, and these 3 days carry with them a particular quality. It's said that the veil between the worlds is very thin. And we've had fun in costumes and spooky activities. Perhaps you saw some, perhaps you participated. Today, let's do what this time is really for, as I grew up doing it, and certainly as we know that the Mexicans really take this to heart. We take a little moment to remember our ancestors. So as you breathe, bring to mind one of your parents. It's likely they have already released their physical body or beyond the veil. And letting this parent come to mind in a very joyful place. You might have a memory of them laughing or smiling. You might have a memory of a difficult moment they had. And let that image come to mind. And then I invite you to let this little inner movie roll of whatever you remember, little scenes, little interactions of this one parent that came to you first. And as they come to life in your mind, have a little conversation. You might send them a little message. Gratitude, forgiveness. It wasn't always easy. That's how it is in this human incarnation. It gets very bumpy between us. And we go now to the other parent. Let the face appear. Again, conjure up a moment of joy and happiness that you remember. Sometimes it takes a little bit to find that. And then a difficult moment that might appear. And now send a message. Your personal message to do with gratitude, to do with forgiveness. These are very huge states that we as humans can come to when we get beyond our ego. It's possible your parents spoke a different language. You can talk to them in that language. And now someone else might appear, someone who's crossed over, a different family member or a friend, someone close to you. Have a little connection. And now we could include our entire ancestral line, the lineage of those that came before, whose DNA that we carry, and we may not even know them, but we are at the end of that DNA, carrying that. And we are in the place of healing the entire lineage as we evolve in consciousness. Lovely, everyone. So we complete this section of our practice, but we're still in this open heart pose. If you can, just staying in this open heart pose. And we're going to move into a breath pattern of 4 counts in, 2 counts to pause, 4 counts out, and 2 counts to pause. Cueing yourself. This is regulating the breath, and it has some profound physiological changes. Stay with it as best you can in a way that your body responds. not with stress, but simple, easy focus, dedication to your practice here. You can count as slowly or a little bit more quickly in the way that works for you. Nice, everyone. Complete the breath that you are on and let go the count. And let your breath just take its own cadence again. Feeling into how it is now in your body-mind. In the words of Deepak, I am not my thoughts. I am the awareness in which thoughts arise. I am the awareness in which thoughts arise. Resting in the open book shape, feeling into this body, how it responds. How becoming still and focused opens us up to see and feel more. We've rather interrupted the busy mind, the default network mind that's just always producing thoughts, some of them random, some of them brilliant, some of them silly, and some of them painful. I am the awareness in which thoughts arise. Lovely, everyone. Let's gently now bring the knees together, rolling over onto all fours. So after a little spell in the open book, we're going to come onto all fours. You could leave your props for a moment as we now, from the all fours, undulate the spine in the cow-cat. So the inhale is this lifting of your chest and tail, and the exhale is a tucking under of your tail and rounding your back and lowering your chin. We do this with the same slow breath. In fact, we might do it to that same count of 4 in little pause, 4 counts out as we round the back and lower the chin and have that little pause. Will you do just a few more of these in your own timing? Let's do one more. So just moving the spine a little bit will bring some charge, a little bit more fuel, a little bit more energy. As we now settle down into our next position, which is the revolved child's pose. A little platform with one of the blankets, the end of your bolster, and please sit on your left sit bone so that your legs are ziggy-zaggy on the right side of your body, and then just rotate your trunk to face the length of the bolster and lie forward. Lie forward on your left ear. Get comfy. And now we have that forward motion of the inner body as the fluid body of the shoulders and arms, and how gravity now takes us. Your long, slow breaths fill your back. As we stay here and feel the breath, and I give you another breath pattern in this pose, and that would be the square breath. So the first one was the rectangle breath, now this is the square breath, where all four parts of the breath are the same length. See how that goes. Always good to start moderate. You can do a 3 square or a 4 square and give that a little go and see how it feels. What it does is it holds our attention. The neuroscientists would say it's a positive task network as opposed to the default network. Two more cycles of the square breath. As you complete, stay as you are, but just release the breath pattern. Feel in, allow the breath, in which all this is happening. Rest in that. we'll come up and take the second side. Just push yourself back up to fours. Walking your knees to the left, you can bring that supportive blankie along. And we're now going to sit down on the right buttock. Knees ziggy-zagging on the left side of the body. And again, we find the center line along the bolster to match the center line of your body, and rest on your right ear. Oh, and as you drop in here, you might feel all kinds of places. Be in the allowing, settle unless it's really uncomfy, and then you want to adjust. And once you are comfy, give it another go, the square breath. As we did, you can do the same pattern or a slightly bigger square, but make it doable so you can stick with it. It's a practice. Coming to that last square breath, and then letting go the practice, the pattern, and just feel into where you are now, your body's still, at ease. The breath, the body, the attention, everything is so interpenetrating and so connected. So as the mind quiets, the body softens and relaxes. Allow all that. Noticing again the breath in your back. Let's slowly bring ourselves up. Our next pose will be a symmetrical one down the center line, and we could do child's pose or crocodile pose. Depends on your knees, your body. So we want to do the right pose. So I know you all know child's pose, but I'll just show you how it could be alleviated if you have knee issues. Just pop that blanket behind your knees, widen your knees, and sit back as far as you can. I can't. So, and then you would lie over your bolster. Or you could do the other pose where we simply bring the bolster under the belly and lie forward. So our bodies change over time. It's a little adjustment that we make. Every day we make little adjustments to our bodies. And so the bolster now under your belly creates a little space in the sacrum as you lie forward on your hands under your brow, and your legs at ease and your knees so happy. Or you might be in child's pose. And here is the breath, filling all the places that are palpable now. It's so lovely to know that you are practicing with the others and that we're doing this together. Know also that as you dedicate yourself to a practice, you can do this on your own with a link on Zoom. Once we go deeply inward, yes, the link will be on YouTube. You probably saw all the links in the email today. They're sorted out, and you can pick any practice you like. But for now, we are really together, breathing together, feeling in, being human together. Deepak speaks of the 4 soul intentions. The first being a joyful, energetic body. And so when we move, when we practice, when we move mindfully, sometimes we need to get a little bit more vigorous. But we build steadiness and ease. And through yoga postures, whether we are seated or resting as we are now, you might ask yourself this question. What will I give my body this week? What will nourish my body? What will help to experience a joyful, energetic body? Give that a little moment. See if there's something that comes to you that would be helpful, and you could make that an intention to bring that in. It could be more movement, it could be a different way of feeding the body, it could be getting more rest. So make it yours and your personal intention. Nice, everybody. Let's come out of the child's pose or the crocodile pose. Let's set up for the next one, which is also a symmetrical pose. This is the seated forward bend. So we'll make a little tabletop with your blocks and your bolster. And see how your legs want to be. They might be easy cross legs, or they might be straddle legs. You might need to build up your bolster a little higher. So we all have different bodies, different histories of our bodies, different ages in our bodies. So here we are. This for me is a happy place. Straddle, straight back, brow at rest, inward attention. Tracing now in your awareness your tailbone all the way up your spine to the top of your head. We trace that line beginning at the tailbone as the inhale occurs. So inhaling, move awareness up your back, arriving at the full breath at the top of your head, little holding moment, and then the exhale will trace through the front body, over your face, your nose, your chin, down the front, through your heart, your navel, and all the way to your pubis, where we pause without breath to begin again at the tailbone, breathing upwards, up your back, to the very top where there's a little holding, and then down the front. All the way down to the bottom, to rise again. Stay with this shaping of your breathing. And don't worry if you get distracted, it's pretty normal. Start again at your tailbone, move your inhale up to the crown, and your exhale down from the crown, front body, touching all those midline places as you descend down to the pubic bone, to the pelvic floor, to meet again the tailbone, to begin again. It's a kind of circular breath. Conscious breathing. Stay with the pattern a little longer. This is training for our mind to stay focused. It's also helping our nervous system reset. Two more cycles, please, of this long breathing up and back down. As you complete, stay as you are. Just let go of that breath practice and see and feel what happens. That shift from controlling to allowing is something that we do a lot. And, well, it's good to do a lot, because we really can't control that much. So when we control our breath, it's a jolly good start. So as you are resting now in the seated forward bend, I'll tell you the second of the 4 soul intentions according to Deepak Chopra. So the first is the joyful, energetic body, and the second, a loving, compassionate heart. And so the heart is the bridge between the internal and the external. And so softening the heart is a lovely way to meet others. Self-compassion, vital. Self-compassion, letting go all the things that we'd hoped to do, hoped to be better at, hoped to achieve, didn't. It's all right. It's okay. The heart is filled with loving kindness. Sometimes we ask for it. We ask for the renewal of this loving kindness. May I be filled with loving kindness. It's very easy to lose that. You might take a little moment to bring to mind someone who's having a really big challenge and send them. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be filled with loving kindness. This heart is a kind of antenna connecting us to others. From the heart spreads our arms and our hands where we connect on the horizontal plane with each other, the other humans in bodies struggling on. Lovely, everyone. And so now make your way up from that seated forward bend, and let's take a little moment for an upright seat where we'll do pranayam, nadi shodhana, my favorite breath, so powerful in bringing the opposite sides of our brain, the opposite sides of our energy flow into balance. So you know how it goes. Your right hand thumb, close off that right nostril, allowing the breath to flow in easily through your left. As you arrive at the fullness, pause a little bit, close up that left nostril, and then release your right thumb to let the breath flow out your right nostril all the way to empty, little holding moment. So the breath flows in again through your right. Close it up for the pause. Open the left for the long, slow exhalation. Savor the feeling of that stream of breath as you come to empty rest. Rest a moment. And then feel the incoming stream. There's a pause as we switch and feel the outgoing sensation of breath. And the incoming through the same side. And switch to exhale. I'm going to be quiet now so you can cue yourself. Hold the pattern. Know that the pressure on your nostril is very light. And tune into the lightness of your breath. And so the next time that you find yourself at the top of your breath, pause at the fullness moment, rest your hand down, let your inward attention go now to your brow center. Send the exhale out through your brow. Hold awareness at the brow. Let the breath flow. No more controlling of the breath, this abiding calm, this restful focus, this calm focus right at your third eye point. It's a little deeper into the brain, right in the middle of the brain. The neuroscientists call it the third ventricle. The yogis call it the cave of Brahman. Be here. Take a deep breath in. Send your exhale down, down, down into the ground and feel your body, and lower your chin and open your eyes. We're going to make our way all the way onto the back with the legs over the bolster or up a wall in your sanctuary. See what works with you. What have you got available? So we're going to lie down and rest the back that's been sitting up, stretching and twisting. Now we get to rest. Little head pillow, very welcome if you like. And this is how it looks if you're not sure. Open palms, shoulders falling back. If you're up the wall, your sit bones are really close to the baseboard and your legs are all the way up the wall. You might feel a little stretch. You don't need to have stiff legs. Let your feet be floppy and your knees unlocked. And feel into the body. There's lots that's different now. See what feels really good and let that in. Your breath finds its own cadence. Resting with gravity supporting you in every way. Your mind resting in breath. So we come back to the 4 soul intentions. The first being an energetic and joyful body. The second, a loving and compassionate heart. The third, a reflective, alert mind. So all these breathing practices and points of focus are all about cultivating that exact thing, a reflective, alert mind. We need our mind because it makes choices, and having a choice is a really big gift we got given. Every moment we have a choice to be awake, to be aware, to be mindful, to choose what is authentic to ourselves. And this is where breath awareness comes in. You might, as you rest on your back here with your legs up, bring your hands together, not quite in prayer pose, it's your thumbs touching and your the pointy, what do we call that, the ends of your fingers touching. We sometimes do that when we're thinking and talking. This mudra, where the finger pads match up, left and right hand, and the thumbs match up, and you could just rest your thumbs on your heart. This mudra is connected to cultivating a reflective, alert mind. Following each breath and its journey in and its journey out. And so with this mudra, with the fingertips touching, thumbs touching, the heel of the hands separate, we cultivate an alert and reflective mind. And even as we stay a little longer in this elevated leg shape, we'll go into the next mudra, which takes us into the fourth soul intention. And now we just bring the heels of the hands together, creating a flower. So the heels of the hands are together, the thumb and the pinkies might touch, and we form a little cup. The fourth intention of the soul is lightness of being. Lightness of being. So let's rest just a little longer in the elevated leg shape with the mudra. It's also known as a lotus shape. Lightness of being. So the electromagnetic field of your heart surrounds the body. We might even say here, I am open. I am open to infinite possibilities. I am open to infinite possibilities. I am open to infinite possibilities. Let go the mudra, let your hands rest again. feeling into the whole body in this current shape of elevated legs. And we'll bring that to completion, drawing the knees in towards your chest. Rock a little side to side. And then we roll over as we set up for our next shape. And that's going to be on the back with the bolster underneath your buttocks. So we'll dismantle the setup. We could put the blocks at the foot of the mat. I like to put the bolster under my knees and then lie down and then pull the bolster up. Some people climb on the bolster, then lie down. I don't know, it doesn't work so well. So, see how this goes. On your back, lift your buttocks so the bolster can tuck under there. It's kind of cushy, get your butt right in there. And as your arms fall away, let your legs slide out and your heel might be over the blocks. Or you may not like the blocks at all and you could get rid of them. And as you feel your way into this shape, you might notice how the upper back is so supported now. And how there's a stretch in the lower back. And if it's too much, your bolster might be too much, just place a neatly folded blanket there instead. Not lumpy, just make it nice. And let your body just fall away here. Resting in awareness. This shape, this body, all these sensations are happening in awareness. The breath is long and slow and easy. Being held in this shape as you rest. A joyful, energetic body, a loving, compassionate heart, a reflective, alert mind, and lightness of being, open to infinite possibilities. These are 4 soul intentions. Deepak calls them the 4 soul intentions. It's good to remember because often we forget that our life is actually a journey of the soul, the evolution of the soul. So easy to forget because we get pretty caught up in the world around us, what has to be done, what's happening out there that we really don't like. And so we cultivate these 4 intentions of the soul. Even if they aren't spelled out, they are inherent in the practice of yoga. So beautiful, yogis. Let's complete this supported bridge pose. Go ahead and push that bolster down so it's just under your knees and your sacrum comes down to ground, all the way down to ground level. Bring your head pillow back so you're on your back with your head pillow and your leggies over the bolster with or without blocks. We come to the final part of our practice where the body now is settled in its natural orientation, so easy, so held. And I'm going to guide you through a lovely meditation that will take us deeper into this awareness. So we're settling in, feeling the rise and the fall of your chest and your abdomen, and knowing that whatever comes to mind, it comes and goes, but your awareness is constant and unchanging. So you might say, I am not my thoughts, I am the awareness in which thoughts arise. Shifting your awareness to your body, feeling its weight, pressing against the ground, your props. Sensing any areas there might be a little tension. Feeling the clothing, the air on your skin. And then reflect on this idea. My body is not separate from consciousness. It is an expression of it. My body is not separate of consciousness. It is an expression of consciousness. And so visualizing your body now as a field of energy, a field of light, constantly shifting and flowing within this space of awareness. My body is fluid, dynamic, and inseparable from consciousness. See if there's a part in your body that feels discomfort, tension or imbalance. Bringing in now a warm golden light flowing into that area with each inhale. And with the exhale, visualize that tension or discomfort dissolving into empty space, into formlessness. Expand your awareness beyond your body to include the space around you, the room you're in. any sounds you hear, anything that intrudes from the world outside. And reflect on this. The world I perceive is not separate from my consciousness. It arises within it. The world I perceive is not separate from my consciousness. It arises within it. And now sense and visualize the material world as interconnected with you, a seamless field of energy or light where boundaries dissolve, letting those boundaries dissolve. If there is a specific aspect of your external life that you'd like to transform, be it a relationship, career, environment, imagine it shifting into alignment with peace and harmony. And silently affirm to yourself, the world reflects my inner state of peace. The world reflects my inner state of peace. I'm open to abundance and joy flowing into my life. I am open to abundance and joy flowing into my life. We let go all of that. Simply rest in pure awareness. Notice that everything, your thoughts, your sensations, emotions, and even the sense of you arises within this open space of consciousness. All is one. All is consciousness. Rest here, beautiful yogis. Just rest here. Sensing now your breathing. Sense your body on the mat. Take a little moment to come into gratitude. So a nice way to do that is to bring your breathing to your heart. You can also just roll onto your side. Lie on the crook of your arm, see what works. Stay as you are or roll onto your side. Breathe into your heart with gratitude. All the cells are listening. Fill them all, each and every cell, with your appreciation, with your gratitude. Staying as you are or coming up to complete the practice in a seated position. Please know that me that you can see, and Chris who you cannot see behind the scenes, we are both so grateful that you have participated in our practice. Remember, the links are there on YouTube, and you could do it again. Thank you, and namaste.